Welcome everybody to another meeting of Roseburg speakers and storytellers, wherever you are in the world. It's 8 o'clock in Oregon, and I don't know what it is where you're at, but you're here and you look happy. Look at Mary. Everybody, take a look at Mary. Now that's what I'm talking about. It's summer in the US. Yay! We paid our dues this winter. You guys in warm climates don't get it. You don't know about 4 or 5 months of rain and cold. When it becomes summer, we become crazy here. Welcome, everybody. It is Memorial Day in the United States. Time for us to honor those that have been in battle for various reasons. We are going to have fun today. We always have fun. And I'm imagining that we will all learn something valuable. With that being said, let's turn this meeting over to our esteemed president, the former district champion of evaluation, Miss Yasmin Tawala.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tiger. The pleasure is all mine to welcome you all on a very lovely day, a very lovely morning, and a special morning for colleagues and friends joining from US. Wishing you all a very happy day, Memorial Day. Mary, you do resemble awesome. I could see your colorful, you wearing your necklaces even, Oh my God, those glasses, just love it. Absolutely wonderful. This is the beauty of our club, that we get to celebrate different occasions in several parts of the world equally and get to know more about each other. As we all join in from different parts of the world, we have friends from India, Indonesia, Malaysia, China, and US in the room. I am very excited to introduce the Toastmaster of the day, as much as I am excited to introduce the topic, the theme for our meeting today, which is peace building. And who else would you have had hope for to play the Toastmaster of this theme, peace building? Then the most peace-loving Toastmaster and the graceful Toastmaster in our club. Yes, we are very privileged and very excited to have Titin, who is going to be our Toastmaster of the day today. And ladies and gentlemen, don't miss the opportunity of giving a round of applause as we invite Titin to take this meeting forward. Titin, please take it away. The applause is yours.
Thank you, Yasmin. You are too generous. So very good morning, afternoon, and evening, fellow Toastmasters and our guests. I'm Titinisi. I'm happy to be your Toastmaster of the meeting for this morning. How are you all doing today? I hope you are all doing great for today. And I would like also to extend my heartfelt welcome to all of you, the role takers, fellow Toastmasters, guests. Welcome to Roseburg Speakers and Storytellers Toastmasters Club's meeting. This is a safe place where we can progress and become a better us. Today, we will have 3 sessions. First one, the prepared speech, which will be delivered by 2 wonderful speakers. And the second session is table topics, where all the participants are welcome to answer all the questions or statements in 1 until 2 minutes. It is a good opportunity to practice our impromptu speaking skill. And lastly, we will have the evaluation session. Evaluation, it is known as the breakfast of champions. So make sure you stay until our last session. And the theme for today is peacekeeping, as today is the International Day of United Nations Peacekeepers. Well, it is fun to do little research about UN peacekeepers, and I found that the primary goals of the International Day is to pay tribute to the contributions and then the sacrifices made by the peacekeepers, and to recognize their efforts in maintaining peace and security worldwide. So, for that being said, if I may, I would like to ask one of you, perhaps Buayu here, as someone whom I know who is upholding peace in her life. Buayu, in your opinion, what qualities or skills are essentials for a successful peacekeeper in a conflict zone? What are the essential qualities or the skills which are essential for a peacekeeper, especially in a conflict zone?
Acceptance. I think that's the one quality very essential when somebody really accepts what he is doing, what happened in the surrounding. There is not so many, in my opinion, there is not so many things that we can do, but only with acceptance, with what is there, and see people as they are, no judgment, then I think that's the quality that we need to have, not just in a war zone, but also even in any organization, in the workplace. If we accept our boss as he is or she is, and our subordinate, he is or she is, we will be able to understand and try to be in their shoes. Thank you, Vivi.
Thank you, Buayu, for your beautiful answer. You are really, truly a peacekeeper. Acceptance, I will remember that. Well, peacekeepers, they often work in a diverse cultural settings. If you would like to share a story or perhaps an experience where cultural understanding played a crucial role in resolving conflict, please share with us in the chat box below.
Mary
Your
says she wants to share, right? Mary, you just raise your hand.
Actually, I was saying hi to Yasmin's little girl now. I don't know who she is. She's adorable. So I was trying to get her
Okay.
attention.
Okay. I thought
Thank you, though, Stephen.
Thank you for accompanying us. Perhaps your niece, Yasmin. Hello, cute girl.
Yeah, she is my neighbor. I'm babysitting today.
Nice to have you here in our meeting. Soon to be Toastmaster, I believe. And yeah, so we cannot proceed this meeting without the help from the role takers. One of the crucial role that we have in a meeting is a timer. Timer, Yasmin, would you please explain your role to us?
Yes, thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. My role is as important as is any other role, especially to the speakers, because they have to be alert of the timings. The prepared speakers, kindly note your timings. You are allowed time zone of 5 to 7 minutes. 5 minutes, I'll start showing a green virtual background. At 6 minutes, I'll display a yellow background. And at 7 minutes, I'll display the red background. So that's the timing alert for you. Please pin me in case you do not see me on your screen. For the other table topic speakers, the timing is going to be between 1 to 2 minutes. So I'm going to display green at 1 minute, yellow at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red at 2. For evaluators, it is 2 to 3 minutes. So green at 2, yellow at 2.5, and red at 3. And I will also put the timings in the chat box and will report in case of any major concerns towards the end of the meeting. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Yasmin, for introducing your timing scheme. And now let us proceed to our and WOD counter and also our grammarian for today's meeting. Bu Ayu, would you please explain your role as grammarian and also and WOD counter? Thank you.
Thank you, Titin. Today I will be doing double role. The first one is grammarian, the second one is a counter. As grammarian, I will be take note on everybody who will say the word of the day. With that, I would like to say the word of the day is on the top corner, right corner, Titin's background, virtual background, equanimity. Equanimity. It's a noun. It means mental calmness, composure, and evenness of temper, especially in difficult situations. An example in the sentence is she accepts both the good and the bad with equanimity. It's a little bit longer, a few syllables, but let's just do it. If not, we need to do it slowly, like I just did. Equanimity. Okay, that's one. Number two, I will just take notes on beautiful language, and that's only the two that I will do today. I'm not going to do anything with grammar and pronunciation. Then my third things as our counter, I will take note on.
Stephen's going to be the odd counter, are you?
Stephen agrees to be the our counter, yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Stephen. Yay. Over to you, Titin. Let's Stephen
Thank you.
introduce himself.
Thank you, Bu Ayu, for explaining your grammarian's role to us. We are so grateful to have Stephen Liu here with us, being our counter for this meeting. Would you please explain your role to us, Stephen? Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah, long time no see. Yeah, hope you are well. So my role is a counter. A counter is a person who will to observe the failure words you guys are using, such as and, where, but, are, and. At the end of the meeting, I will report the times this kind of failure word you are using. So I then will give you a full report. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Stephen. And now let us proceed to our general evaluator, Jerry. Would you please introduce your role to us?
Hello, thank you, Titin. My role as a general evaluator, I will evaluate the whole meeting. Also, each role, what they perform. So at the end, I will call upon each role taker to give their report, and I will also give the summary about this meeting. Thank you.
Thank
Back
you
to
very much,
Titin.
Jerry. Yes, thank
Yeah.
you for introducing your role to us. And now, without further ado, let us proceed to our awaited first session, which is the prepared speech session. In this session, the first speaker, Stephen Chui, will deliver his 5 to 7 minute speech from his PET Leadership Development Level 4 Project 1, Lead Your Team. His evaluator is Ravi. Please join me to welcome Stephen Care. Stephen.
Have you ever been a team project that turns from going well into a complete disaster? Raise your hand if you have this experience. Half a year ago, I was elected as the president of Dongguan English Toastmasters Club. As the president of the club, I have to lead by example. So I want to do something big. I checked the calendar. Oh, I see the anniversary party, which is scheduled May 28. So I decided to take this. I assembled my team, the SAA team and the VPPR team, and also everything else. And I planned really ahead, like 3 months before this event. Everything went so well until 2 weeks before this event. Disaster 1 came along. I have 2 Toastmasters for this meeting, 1 man, 1 woman. The girl could not make it because she has some school emergency to attend to. So now I have to change the Toastmasters. I changed the Toastmaster from my club officers. And 3 days before this meeting, I organized a meeting between me, the female Toastmaster, and Jerry, our general evaluator. He's one of my guy. He's the Toastmaster. But the meeting between us did not go well. Vicky was very careful person, but she was so careful. She wants to have everything in manuscript, even for the Toastmaster of the meeting. She wants to have everything written down, even for the transition. And she wants Jerry to follow him. So here's the conversation. Hey, Jerry, you should have a manuscript too. This is a big occasion. You don't want to screw it up. Jerry is not a new Toastmaster. He's been in Toastmaster for many years. Of course, it's a little bit hard for him to accept, but he was very polite. He did not respond very vigorously. But then Vicky continues. Hey, Jerry, do you still remember the time our 300 meeting? Our Toastmaster Marty, he screwed up. It's a disaster. I can see Jerry was upset, was very angry. He was not very happy. So the conversation was not ended really well. I was trying to be the peacekeeper. I'm trying to balance the equanimity of the atmosphere, but I failed. Right after this meeting, both of them called me. Sorry, Mr. President, I cannot take this role anymore. Both of them. Oh my God, I'm gonna have no Toastmaster for the meeting, which is in 2 days. I was freaked out. But I talked to Jerry again, and Jerry said maybe she worked with Yalan before. So I reached out to Yalan, and Yalan agreed to help. But Yalan was the table topic master. Now I'm missing the table topic master. So it turned into a total disaster. I have to find a table topic master. Luckily, my officer team are all responsible people. Heidi, she's also present today. She helped to be the table topic master. Oh, it was really, really a journey, to be frank. This is not this is only the first disaster. Disaster 2. The general evaluator, 1 day before the event, told me she could not make it because she has COVID. You guys might wonder, why does it even matter? Just a general evaluator. Because in my club, I just introduced the new general evaluator, like new general evaluator rule, how to play this role. So this is why it's important. So I don't have general evaluator. Fortunately, our founding member of Dongguan English Toastmasters, Scarlett, and helped me for this role, and she said she would take it. And luckily, she's a lifesaver. I communicated with her clearly. I said, Scarlett, this role is different. You cannot talk to 7 minutes like all the general evaluators. I only give you 5 minutes. But you know what? She blow it up. At the event, she talked for 10 minutes. I communicate with her, but she still talked for 10 minutes. These are all the disasters of this event. Fortunately, my other teams, the SAE team, and also the facilitators, they all prepared so well. On that day, we have 70 people attended our anniversary party. 70 people. We had a really great time. Everybody was having fun, and it turned out to be a great success. What did I learn from this? How can I be an effective leader? I would give it the foreword, which is my title today, care. The first word, communication. I think the communication is the key for the event to be successful. If I have communicated even earlier between Vicky and Jerry, I mean, I would have maybe planned the Toastmaster role better. Secondly, acceptance. Toastmaster is good because we accept each other. I think if people are not that judgmental or accept people more, we would have a better Toastmaster meeting. Thirdly, is responsible. With all these responsible people in my team, that's why we have such a wonderful event. And then finally is empower. What makes Toastmasters so special is we empower each other. And I feel that on that meeting. So this is my sharing for my leadership program. Back to you, Toastmaster Titen.
Wow, round of applause, please, for Stephen. Thank you so much for sharing with us your personal experience of managing a Toastmasters meeting. Upon listening to your story, I finally can find peace with the role takers gone missing in my club's meeting. Everything eventually was and will be okay. Thank you for sharing. And now let us proceed to the second speaker, Tiger, who will deliver his project in 5 until 7 minutes from his pet, Effective Coaching. It is an icebreaker speech, however, please give him 5 until 7 minutes to deliver his speech instead of 4 until 6. His evaluator will be Mary. Let us welcome Tiger with his speech, I am Tiger.
My name is Tiger. Here's what I would like everyone to do, because that felt so good. I would like everybody to unmute. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, break the Toastmaster tradition. I want you to unmute, and on 3, I want you to say your name with passion. Ready? 1, 2, 3. My name is Tiger. All right, let's try that again. On 3, say your name with passion. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that was much better. Now, doesn't that feel good? And you know why that feels good? Because there is power in the name. Many people ask me, how did you get the name Tiger? Well, it all started on a sunny afternoon when I was 3 years old. My brother and I were out playing in the yard. My mom announced it was nap time. My brother headed in, I headed out, and I made a run for it. And as I was running, I turned to see my mom in hot pursuit, and bam! I ran right into a tree. I was down and I was out. That night, when my dad got home, my mom yelled at him, "This kid is making me cry." My dad smiled. Well, Nance, the kid's a real tiger. And that was it. Once you get a name like Tiger, you feel obligated to live up to that name. Over the next decade or so, I gathered up several dozen stitches, a few broken bones, and a bent pinky. When I was 11, I played on a baseball team. The name of the team was the Cougars. We had black shirts. On the back in white, it said Tiger. I love that shirt. Oh my goodness. I wore that shirt every chance I got until finally one day it just disintegrated in the laundry. It's one of the saddest moments of my adolescence. I played sports throughout my childhood, and Tiger's a great name for an athlete. The highlight, my senior year in high school, playing American football. Before the game, they would announce the starters. And starting at running back, number 37, Tiger McAndy. Still get goosebumps just thinking about it. In college, I fell in love with soccer, what most of you refer to as football. Most of my teammates were Hispanic, and I became El Tigre. Now my name had power in 2 languages. Well, unfortunately, we all become adults. I got a job teaching, and Tiger, the name, got put on the back burner because with my peers, I became Don. With my students, I became either Teacher Tiger, or Teacher McAndy, excuse me, or Coach McAndy. Tiger only existed at home or with old friends and family. Honestly, I felt like 2 different people. The professional Don, the gregarious, tenacious Tiger filled with equanimity. In 2019, my mom died. And all of a sudden, I was parentless. At that time, I was suffering from depression. The day after her funeral, I announced to all my siblings and friends, I am Tiger. I'm going to be Tiger in all situations. And it felt good. Since then, I have regained my life. I have regained my macho, my moda, whatever you want to call it, my energy. I have gained many positive friends worldwide. I have an excellent job. I am now Teacher Tiger, Mr. Tiger, or my favorite, Señor El Tigre. There is power in the name, ladies and gentlemen. Stop and think about for a moment. Don't you love when you hear your name? Don't you love when someone says, hi, Robbie, how you doing? Yasmin, you look nice today. Mary, I love your smile. We all like to hear our name. Why? Because there's power in our name. I want you to unmute one more time. And this time I want you to say it with passion. Now, those of you who are worried that the people in your room might think you're crazy, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. You volunteered to be a member of an organization that promotes public speaking. Everybody in your life already thinks you're crazy, so don't worry about that. Okay, on 3, unmute. Yes, Toastmasters, I'm telling you to unmute. I know it's like, oh, I can't unmute. I'm not the speaker. Yes, unmute right now. Okay, on 3, I want you to say it with passion. I guarantee that you will feel better all day or all night. On 3, 1, 2, 3. My name is
Mary.
My name is Ravi.
Steven.
Doesn't that feel good? My name is Tiger, Toastmaster.
Wow, round of applause, please, for Tiger. Thank you very much for making us aware that our name has power and to celebrate our names. Thank you, Tiger. And now may I have the timer's report? Okay, Yasmin, would you please verify that all the speakers have spoken?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. The first speaker took 7 minutes and 55 seconds. So that's the report for Stephen. And Tiger, the second speaker, was 6 minutes, 45 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you, Yasmin. And now, okay, we are now in the most awaited session of the meeting, that is the table topic session. And I will hand over the screen to our table topic master for this meeting, Michelle. Okay, please lead the table topic session for today.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster of the meeting. Since today our theme is peacekeeping, and the word of the day is equanimity, I would like us to have table topics around that theme. Now, for the benefit of the guest, if we have any guests who have not been or have not participated in a table topics session yet, your responses will be 1 to 2 minutes. I think the timer has already explained the timing signals. And you can respond to the topic that I give you, or if you, when you get the topic that I give you, you don't want to talk about it, you want to talk about something else, it's perfectly fine too. And in fact, you will have a choice, because I'm going to put the topic first. I'm going to ask the topic first, and then I'm also going to post it in the chat. And so I look around and see who wants to pick up the topic. If there's nobody who raises their hand, of course, then that's when I'll be calling. And also, because we are Roseburg speakers and storytellers, try to make your response a mini story. Try to craft it like a story. Okay, so let us start with the first topic. The first topic is, how did you maintain equanimity when someone was rude or mean to you? And let's see, can we remove, oh, there you are. Okay, I was seeing the beautiful face of Tiffin all throughout, and I realized I had her on spotlight. Okay, so the question is, how did you maintain your equanimity when someone was rude or mean to you? Let me see. I can't believe nobody is raising their hand to answer. Okay, so I will call the one with the biggest smile. Let's have Ravi. How did you maintain your equanimity when someone was rude or mean to you? Tell us a mini story.
Hi, Michelle, and hi, everybody. The reason I was laughing away was when I heard the table topic. That is something that I'm totally the opposite of. When somebody pushes my buttons and someone's really rude or mean to me, it is very difficult for me to maintain equanimity, stay in a calm or composed state. I'm like a volcano that bursts, right? And the minute somebody is rude to me, that's typically what my response is. But of late, what I've been trying to do is try and be a little bit more like my wife. What I've seen my wife do is, no matter the situation, she tries her best to stay calm and composed. In fact, what I've seen her doing, and this might just be me observing it, I've seen her lower her voice further because she doesn't want to shout out loud. So she goes low, keeps her voice very low. And I think that helps quite a great extent. And I think I'm going to start doing that as well. Another thing is, I think I'm going to just think about a favorite movie or a song or a favorite person, maybe a friend, or Roseburg speakers and storytellers. And I'll think about how am I going to make a funny story out of this incident the next time I have such an incident, and see what I can do about it, and then take a few more moments and then react to whoever is talking to me. So that's my perspective. I'll try this next time, and I'll keep you folks informed on how I'm doing. Back to you, Michelle.
Thank you. So that's why he had such a big smile. I could see him. It was radiating. Okay, now I'm wondering, we have two guests. There's a video with just the word of the day. Oh, that's Ayu. Okay, no, not Ayu yet. We do have, I believe, a guest, Jack Liu. Jack, if you would like to participate, please unmute yourself. I mean, unmute yourself and come on the screen, please. And here's the question. It is actually, the funny thing is my second question is almost the opposite, or it was the question that would have been posed to Ravi, because that's what he was telling us about. He loses his equanimity. Well, so the second question is, tell us about a time when you lost your equanimity with family or friends. Okay, so let me see, did Jack unmute himself? I am still not seeing Jack unmuting himself, so I guess maybe he would just like to be an observer. However, I just saw a long time member who had not been with us for a long time. I know she was taking her master's degree, I think in Scotland or some other fancy place. Welcome, Rukaya. Would you like to answer the second table topics question? Tell us about a time when you lost your equanimity with family or friends. Go for it, Rukaya.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for the table topic question. Can you just explain me the meaning of equanimity?
Oh, yes. We have it up on the chat, I think, but I think you just came in, so you didn't see it. Equanimity is a very long word for calm or composure or peacefulness, serenity. What else? I think those four. So that's equanimity. Back to you, Rukaya.
Thank you so much. So one time when I lost equanimity with my family or friends was the time before I was coming, like shifting to a completely new country. So coming here was a whole new experience, was going to be a whole new experience for me, and it was making me, I was excited for it, but at the same time I was really nervous. So every little thing was making me very furious about people, towards the people and my family and friends. So yeah, that is one time when I where I think that I had lost my equanimity with my family and friends, trying to cope up with things. And even after coming here, there are several times when I'm not able to keep up with all of the things going around me. So it makes me really furious, and that's the time when I lose my calm. So yeah, back to you.
Thank you so much, Rukaya. And I mean it. It is wonderful to see you. It has been, I believe, almost a year. Time flies so quickly. And one of these days, I'm hoping you will do a speech for us, telling us about your experiences pursuing higher education. Meantime, let us move on to our third topic. And again, in line with the fact that we are storytellers, Roseburg speakers and storytellers, I would like to challenge you to make your response in the form of a story. And if you have never had an experience with this question than just invent it. Okay, we won't know. So if you had to keep the peace between a very good friend of yours and their spouse, how would you go about it? Or preferably, how did you go about it? So we'll pretend it's past tense, it's already happened. You, good friend and his or her spouse were having some issues. How would you keep the peace? Or how did you keep the peace? Let's see. Heidi has unmuted herself and she has opened her video. So I have a guess that Heidi would be happy to participate. And I know that she is an experienced Toastmaster because I just heard Stephen's speech. So Heidi, would you like to answer this question? Yes, take it away.
What does the spouse mean? Sorry, I didn't check it out.
The husband or wife. Yes, if your friend is a girl, then the spouse is her husband. If your friend is a man, then the spouse is the woman, the wife.
How, if you had to keep the peace between a very good friend of your and their, how would you go about it?
Yeah. How would you do it? Oh, Heidi, I think you
muted, Heidi.
accidentally muted yourself. Please.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I find this question is quite difficult because I'm a single lady and I don't have a lot of friends that, I don't really hang out a lot with friends that are married or talk about their relationship with their wife or husband. But I think if they have a problem with that, have a problem piece between their relationship, I would rather not really interfere with that, but I would just listen to what they talk and try to let themselves to calm down. Or some problem they can only fix by themselves. Others' opinion just sometimes will affect, because you are the friends. You maybe your opinion maybe will interfere or for them to make the right choice or something. So be a good listener and be there if they have some little problem that need to a listener, then I will be there. That's what I thought. Thank you. Back to you, Michelle.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Hey, the Catholic priests, they are supposed to stay unmarried and celibate and never have a relationship, but yet they have to counsel married couples. So you can do it, I'm sure. Okay, thank you for giving that a good shot. The next question is, tell us about a movie or maybe a TV show that really touched your heart because it was about peacekeeping or being equanimous? Equanimous, that's hard. But tell us about a movie or a TV show that you saw which touched your heart because it was about peacekeeping or keeping your equanimity. Let us see who hasn't responded yet. And why is everybody not making eye contact? Okay, so I will call the one who is really trying to look away. Let's see. Okay, now now Yasmin is trying to look at me. Okay, Yasmin, we'll call you.
Thank you, Michelle. I was just waiting for it to come to me. And in fact, when you talk about peacekeeping, being an Indian, I get reminded of the stories which we have heard for a long time from our generations about the partition and the difficulties people had to face when India was split into three countries based on the religion. And this has been a subject of many Bollywood movies. It's very difficult to pick up one because we have had really lived this subject through our cinema for a very long time, and it is still very relevant. I can think of two very quick movies here. One is about Indian guy. So the family got partitioned. So Muslim family had to move to Pakistan, and the Hindu family stays here back in India. And then a very small girl who is dumb and deaf gets lost through a train, enters into India. And then there is a search. A guy like in Delhi tries his best, and with all odds fights to bring this girl back to Pakistan and reunite to her family. It's a very difficult journey, given that the girl is dumb and deaf and can't explain where exactly which village she comes from. But the effort from this chap is like, to really, live through, fight, and get to know where this little girl belong and reunite it. It's really heart-touching. It's quite a very popular Bollywood movie. I don't know, I've somehow forgotten its name, Bhaijan or something, Bajrangi Bhaijan, or and which would literally mean a brother. Yeah, Ruku maybe is Bajrangi Bhaijan. Yeah, okay. So this is one movie which I can very quickly think of and share with you. Thank you, and back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you. Yes, I actually had another question, which I was thinking I would ask Yasmin, but I was thinking, no, that would be too obvious for her. So let's try this one. Great job with sharing with us actually, I also remember seeing some movies, and some were a little bit painful because they were based on history, like Gandhi, of course. So there we have, I think we have time for one more question. Tell me if I am right or not. If we have time for more than one, then that's great. But at least this one question, which I know Yasmin works with the UN, so, but not for you anymore. Now, if you were a United Nations peacekeeping representative, which country would you represent and why? Which country would you like to represent and why? Let me see. Again, Jack, if you want to participate, please unmute yourself. Oh, Rukaya raised her hand, but I think I already called you, Rukaya. Sorry. So we have Stephen. Would you like to, or Accounter, would you like to answer that question? Oh, and Mary has her hand up also. Sorry, Mary, I was trying to give others, those with the, but everybody has a role, so everybody can participate. What about that? Okay, so Stephen, it's okay if you want to pass. Oh, he unmuted himself. It's okay to participate. Take it away, Stephen.
Okay, thank you, Michelle. So if I were to be a UN peacekeeping representative, so I will like to present the Finland, this country. Yeah, this country is very nice. The nice people also didn't have any war in the history. Yeah, also they make friends with outside the world. Yeah, so I have a lot of friends from Finland, and I feel them their heart is is very peaceful. Also, they enjoy life and life work balance, and so this is the main reason I choose Finland. I want to represent. Yeah, so that's all. Back to you, Michelle. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stephen. And yes, Finland, gives us, or at least me and Stephen, I guess, we get the feeling that they're such peacekeepers, that somehow they keep their equanimity all the time. I'm not really sure. I have several Finnish friends, and actually one of them doesn't always keep his equanimity, I realize. But as a country, I think that is the impression we all get. Let me see. It is 8:50 timer. I believe we're out already, or do we have time for one more? Madam Timer?
Okay. Yeah, Michelle, one more. Just one.
One more. Okay, one more. So Mary had been raising her hand, but I will post the question first because somebody else might get really excited and want to take this question. How can Toastmasters become agents of peace? How can we as Toastmasters spread peace? So is there anybody else who would like to grab that? Who hasn't answered yet? Or am I? Mary, are we going to give it to Ayu? What do you
Ayu,
think?
let's hear from
Oh.
Ayu.
Okay, let's give it to Ayu.
Stepping up as a leader is not easy because it's always problem between the members or the leadership team. I just got a problem with my exco, and someone just don't want to work with someone, or someone doesn't like the opinion of someone. And as a Toastmaster, that's what I always say to them. And I can say this is the peacekeeping, the peacekeeper in Toastmaster, which I always say that's the process of learning. How we keep ourselves calm, accept the person as they are, even though the other person is talk too much, not working, but always encouraging, it's just motivating. At the end of the day, I witness those people actually stepping up and contribute something. And that is the most important part, because we always give the second chance for everybody. Because sometimes it's not time for him or her to understand. After a while, then they understand. I think that's the peacekeeping that we can do in Toastmasters between us. If we want to say, we want to talk about bigger stuff, then we can always be a peacekeeping, since we are, our network is actually worldwide. Michelle.
Okay, I wasn't sure there if that was a pause or if you were calling me, giving it back to me. Thank you very much, Ayu. And so I believe our time is up for table topics. And I think it was Tiger commented that the questions are very difficult. I think they were challenging. And that's great to challenge us on Memorial Day here in the US or whatever day you may have out there. And I also want to give credit to Ravi. He had some table topics already written up, so I won't tell you which ones were mine and which ones were his. It was a combination, but I think the respondents, everyone rose to the challenge and came up with excellent responses. And I really enjoyed my role. And thank you very much, Ravi, for contributing your questions. I would now like to hand control back to our Toastmaster of the meeting. Let's give it back to Titin.
Thank you very much for your fabulous table topic session. Michelle, round of applause, please, for Michelle. We really had our enjoyable, equanimous edutainment session with you. And now may I have the timer, Yasmin, to verify all the speakers have spoken within the allotted time?
Ma'am, I just posted it all in the chat, but I can say maybe very quickly. Ravi was 1 minute 45 seconds, Ruku 54 seconds, Hedi 1 minute 18 second, myself 2 minute 27 seconds, Stephen 56 second, and Ayu 1 minute 54 second. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, Yasmin. And now let us proceed to our last session. This is the Heart of Toastmasters meeting evaluation session. This session will be led by our general evaluator. Yeah, I see that he is very serious preparing his upcoming session. Before that, let me share with you one fun fact about the International Day of United Nations Peacekeepers. It was first established by the UN General Assembly in 2002. And now, without further ado, please join me to welcome our General Evaluator, Jerry Luo. Screen is yours.
Thank you, Titing. So good. As the Toastmaster, evaluation is the most important section if we want to improve ourselves after the practice. Today's theme is peacekeeping or equanimity. It's very important not for the society, but also for our individuals. Society for all human, all society, individuals, it's very important we will keep pursuing about this peacefulness. But I want to say is this situation needs to be practiced to drill down to get this kind of serenity. So that's why I think I would like to invite our first evaluator, Ravi, to give the evaluation of our first speaker, Stephen. Ravi.
Thank you, Jerry. Once again, a very warm good morning, good evening to everybody here, and especially to Stephen. Care. I'd like to evaluate your speech in 3 parts. What is it that I liked about your speech? What is it that I learned from your speech? And what is it that I was longing for when I heard this, when I was done listening to the speech? I like the fact that you started off the speech with a question and you made the audience think about the topic that you were going to speak about. So that was very good. It engaged every one of us from the very beginning. Kudos on that, Stephen. I also really liked the usage of humor. You sprinkled humor throughout your speech, and this is something that I have especially learned a lot within our club here, that no matter what kind of speech it is, it's always good to sprinkle humor, and that way it is very easy for people to recall the speech and for the speech to leave a message. For example, even the situation where you had people drop out of roles at the last minute, you said both of them dropped out, and that was something that, although it was a big problem, it sounded very funny as well for all of us. Coming to what it is that I learned from your speech, Stephen, what I took away from the speech was, despite all of the challenges that you faced in leading your team while completing the project, which is mark the milestone of a meeting at your club, you faced every challenge with equanimity. That was really something that came out strongly as you spoke throughout your speech. Another thing that I really liked was how you used the acronym CARE, both the word care itself, as well as you create an acronym out of the 4 aspects: communication, acceptance, being responsible, and empowering people around you in the club. So that was something that I really took away, and I'll use this in my own speeches for days to come. So that is the second thing that I learned. Now, in order for your speech to get to the next level, what it is that I think I was longing for. One, I think that would add that extra buzz to the speech would be if you were to also share a sound bite from someone who was in that meeting that you worked so hard to make a success. Something which is a perspective of somebody from outside of your own team and how they felt the meeting went. I think that would add a lot of value and talk about the hard work that went behind you and the team setting up that meeting. And the other thing that I think I longed for was I was waiting to hear when you would talk about care. And I think it only came towards the end or towards the second half of your speech. If it were sprinkled throughout, just like the humor, if you were to refer to care more than once and keep the audience waiting perhaps as to understand what care is, that would have made it a much more impactful speech. That's it. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Ravi. So very good evaluation. Now let's welcome Mary to give evaluation to our second speaker, Tiger. Mary, you are sure.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, and most especially Tiger, our second speaker for today. Tiger's objectives was an icebreaker speech, which is typically the first speech that a new Toastmaster would give. But I and many of us here have had the benefit of hearing many speeches from Tiger. So though this was an icebreaker, I already knew two things I'm going to get from a speech with Tiger. I'm going to hear a lot of great stories, and two, I'm going to take away a message from that speech that I can apply in my everyday life. And he did both those things. In Tiger's delivery today, he provided a combination of equanimity and enthusiasm in his delivery of the speech today. I felt that his facial expressions and his body language were outstanding. I liked how he used the camera to go in when he wanted to make a point, when he was showing us his thumb, or back when he was backing off. On that particular aspect, I want to make a suggestion that though you used forward and back, there was not much left to right. And that would be a great opportunity to use your movement from left to right to transition from one story to the next. There were several points in your transition as you went from one story to another. If you would have just stepped a little to the right to give us that part, and then a little to the left, it would have helped us cement in our mind the change from one story to another. I felt that we definitely got to know you, that as a icebreaker speech, we learned how you got the name Tiger, and then you wove that through of how it defined your identity as a person. And for that, it certainly met the objective of us getting to know you better. And I liked how you engaged the audience by telling them, turn off your, unmute and talk back, tell us something. And there I have a suggestion. You said, say, I am in your name. So I thought I was supposed to say, I am Mary. And then it's like you want to say, your name is, my name is. So I was a little confused. Not too many people said it the first time. I think they might have been confused too. Are we supposed to say, I am Mary, or my name is Mary? When you repeat it the second time, oh, it's supposed to say, my name is Mary. And I have the distinction of having a name that rhymes from where I live. I'm Mary from Maryland. So people are always able to remember me. So I enjoy saying my name is Mary from Maryland. So I enjoyed that part of it. Just being able to say your name, you're right. It does give you power to have an identity, to associate a person's name with them. Got to know you today. And always you left me with some entertaining stories and a great message to take home and apply in my own life. Excellent speech. Certainly could be a contest speech. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Wow, thank you, Mary. It's very, very revealing and educational evaluation. We learn a lot from this evaluation. So next, I would like to invite our grammarian, Are you, to deliver her report. Are you?
IU report is, I'm going to still Tiger way of doing grammarian. The first one, who said this? When someone pushed my button, it is very difficult to maintain equanimity. Anyone remember who said that?
Ruku?
Ravi.
Ravi. And then it made me furious. Who said that?
Rukaya.
Yes, Jerry, you are right. Wow, you were listening. That's very short, but you know who said that. I rather not interfere.
Heidi.
Yes, Heidi.
Go ahead and unmute
A
everybody.
lot of friends from Finland.
Stephen.
Steven.
Yeah.
Who talk about transition?
Michelle. No?
Yasmin.
Mary.
How about Teton?
Mary were talking about transition.
Okay.
When it's summer, we become crazy. Who said that?
Tiger.
Yeah, that's in the very beginning. Then I have to lead by example.
D1.
Yeah, Stephen Chui. Okay, so with that, I would like to say Tiger mentioned the word of the day once and once in the chat. Stephen Chui one time, Stephen Michelle four time, and until after 4 I don't count anymore. Michelle, you are the winner. And then Ravi 2 times, Ruku 2 times, Cherry 1 time, Mary 1 time. Do I miss anyone? Oh, seems not. Okay, that's good. What only I know, I said I'm not going to listen to any grammar or pronunciation, but I really want to do this one. Somebody said this.
Event.
So event, not even. Event. Only this one.
Event.
I also always say not even, but event. I always say event, but it's actually event. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you, everybody. And back to you, Jerry.
Thank you, Ayu. Now, let's welcome our accountant, Stephen, to deliver the report.
Thank you, Jerry. Hi, everyone. Let me share my screen. So can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So congratulations, everyone did an excellent job in this section. So for Stephen Cui, use the 3 times, Tiger 1 time, well, Teton 1 time, and I tried to find any mistake from Michelle, but I cannot find it. Did a good job. Rafi 1 time, Rukuya 1 time, Heidi 1 time, 2 times, and 1 time, Yasmin 2 times, Ayu 1 time, and 1 time, Jerry 1 time, and 2 times, Mary 1 time, so that's all. Thank you. Back to you, Jerry.
Thank you, Stephen. Very detailed report. Now, let's welcome our timer, Yasmin, her report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I have already mentioned about the speakers and their role players. Just for the evaluators, I'll also mention in the chat, Ravi was 3 minutes, 35 seconds. And Mary was little bit overtimed by a few seconds. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Tamil. All rule play very well, and show their responsibility. And the whole meeting is so in time. I love this meeting, organized very well. Now let's turn the meeting to Toastmaster.
Thank you, Jerry, for your insightful and comprehensive evaluation session. A round of applause, please, for our GE and his wonderful team. Fellow Toastmasters, we have witnessed how this meeting can be a wonderful platform for all of us to learn together in an enjoyable and educative atmosphere. If you like this meeting, please inform your friends, your family, in your social media perhaps, so that they can experience by themselves the benefits of joining Toastmasters and attending RSS Equanimous meeting. And now we are coming to the end of the meeting today, and I would like to express again my heartiest gratitude to all the role takers, Toastmaster members, and guests who have attended our meetings today. To peace and to each one of you, I raise my glass. Cheers. Yasmin, please take it away.
Cheers, Titin. Cheers for a wonderful team, and cheers to the wonderful team who did a great job today. And I do want to again express my happiness to see Ruku in the room, who is here after a long time, to see Heidi, who has been here for a couple of meetings. I don't even count Stephen anymore as guest. He is already being awarded the senior most guest. And here is Jack. So we get to see Jack. Welcome, Jack. It was so wonderful to have you here. And we wish that in the next meeting you'll be there and we will get to hear from you. Jack, would you like to introduce yourself very quickly?
Thank you. I'm Jack Liu. Yeah. Because here in Dongguan is too late, so sometimes I don't want to interrupt others. I also mute my phone, so I just listen. Today's meeting is wonderful. It's wonderful. I hope I will join often in the future. And thank you all.
Thank you, Jack. We appreciate your presence and your kind words, even though you were mindful of not disturbing others. We appreciate that you enjoyed our meeting, or at least found it valuable. Heidi, do you have any feedback for us? Any comment for us?
Well, the meeting is so good. I always enjoy it here. And I always got a chance to get a table topic to share my idea or stories. And then I'm here today to support Jerry as a general evaluator and his first time. And then I like to support him here because, and as I remember, he's the first person to invite me to my club right now here, Dongguan English Toastmaster. He's the first one to invite me, and he's so nice, always nice and friendly to me every time as a newer here, freshman there. So I just want to express that. Thank you, Jerry, and I'm here to support you. You did a very good job.
Oh, thanks, Heidi. We would like to all join you in actually congratulating Jerry for taking up the role for General Evaluator first time and doing it wonderfully. And
yeah, he's using RSS as like a rehearsal because he's gonna do the She in our club this Sunday.
Ooh, cool, cool. That's going to be an
This
achievement.
is the first try.
That's
Also want to be
absolutely
prepared
wonderful.
next time.
Absolutely wonderful. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm mindful of our meeting schedule, and therefore I would officially close the meeting, but would request you to stay along so that we can little bit get to know each other, and the VP could set agenda for the next meeting. With that, I would officially adjourn our meeting for today.